you didn't have a consistency problem. You had a trust problem. And the only person you didn't trust was yourself. And that's the person you need to sit with. Not your environment, not your emotions, you. Only you. Because here's what's true, and you already know this. So you can keep a promise when your boss is around. You can even hit a deadline you don't even align with it. Or you can even show up for people who doesn't even respect you. But the second it's your dream, it's your name, it's your standard, you vanish because you want to hide from something. So stop calling it a burnout, stop calling I need time for myself, or stop calling it wasn't the right time yet. Because you have one problem right now, that's that you don't trust yourself under pressure. So I remember an exact moment I couldn't lie to myself anymore. I was standing in front of my empty desk. 2 PCs, gone. Monitor setup, gone. Mics, lights, mixers, gone. So my future is all vanished. And all that vanished because I helped some kid set up my dream setup in his room. So I moved my setup to his house. I set it up for him. I plugged every cable in. I plugged every lights in. I configured everything, and I saw his face lit up. And I smiled because I'm not a bitter person. I'm grateful that he can start his journey right now. And then I drove home, I opened the door, I went into my room and saw an empty desk, and there was silence. And not a peaceful silence like the silence in a funeral. And that's the kind of silence you know when something died, when your dream died, and you know that you are the one who killed it. So I stood there looking over my empty desk, and something rose up in me. And it was not silence at first, it was recognition. And I couldn't blame the market, I couldn't blame someone else. It's something that follows me in every room I go. It was me. So I blamed myself. I recognized myself in this situation again. And I realized that I was the problem. And you probably recognize yourself too. Because you don't have trust issues. Because you recognize yourself. You had evidence. And for me, this didn't start last year. It started way back when I was younger. So I was around about 12 or 13 years old. I had a YouTube channel that was growing. So I was around about 12 or 13 years old. I had a growing YouTube channel. I had around 1,000 subscribers, over 200 views on the channel. And some people that are starting today dream of having these numbers on their channel. And at that age, this wasn't normal. This was a door that was opening for me. And I didn't lose the dream because the content was bad that I produced. I lose it because of a classroom full of people that mocked me. For example, they said that I was trying to be a YouTuber, or what was I even trying to do? And then I laughed it off like, yeah, it doesn't even bother me, it doesn't even reach me. And then when I was alone, when I was back into my room, I suddenly stopped uploading. No explanations, no goodbye, nothing. Just stopped and vanished. And from the outside it looked like I moved on, but from the inside I buried everything. And that was the first time I proved to myself something that take me years to undo. So if enough pressure arrives, I move on, I go away from the momentum. And not because the work isn't working or the content isn't working on a channel, because I can't handle being seen while I'm trying. And that's what I already told you guys, that people never say this out loud, that it's not the fear of failure, it's the fear of exposure. So when you try in public, for example, a YouTube channel, you don't fail in silence, you fail publicly so everyone sees that you're falling, even though you're in the middle of the part that you're trying to do something, that you're trying something new. So you fail and everyone sees this. So the only logical part is to disappear, not to protect your goals, just to protect your ego. And when I got older, the pattern didn't disappear, it just moved to a different outcome. So for example, I had money on the line. So I put everything in crypto. So I went into crypto without a real steady plan or without any plan. And not because I was strategic, I just needed one big move, one big fix to fix my chaos my emotions already did. and I watched the charts every day. A red candle was like danger, everything is falling. A green candle was, yeah, a relief, something is going up. And when it got really hard, no income, no job, just more stress, bills to pay, I did what I was already doing for years and years. I left at the worst possible moment in history of crypto. And not because of logic, because I couldn't hold that feeling anymore. And here's why that matters more than money. So if you run away from something hard, from you sit in some hard situation right now and you run away from it, you teach your brain something. Something every time you quit, you run away. You teach something really deep into your brain that automatically rewires your nerve system to think like that over and over again. When it gets heavy, I leave. And you cannot build a life around that. You cannot even build a business around that. And you 100% you cannot even build trust to yourself if you think like that every time. And then I made the worst trade of my life. Not in crypto, just my dream. I just sold the dream itself, the streaming dream. The one who I think or who I thought, who I dreamed of being a streamer. The full streaming room, everything I had, everything once I told myself that I was locked in. So I drove it to a younger boy that has bought the setup for way less than it was worth and helped him setting up. I adjusted the cables, I adjusted the lights, the camera, everything just to make it perfect for him. And that wasn't me being smart or nice. I just sold my dream away, one emotional decision at a time. And standing there in the silence, I finally stopped lying to myself. I mean, look at the pattern. I create a YouTube channel as a kid, I get laughed up, I quit. You invest money in crypto, you feel the heat, you feel the pressure, you sell at a loss. I've built a dream setup, I couldn't hold the pressure, I sold it. Do you see the pattern that always repeats? So every time something gets uncomfortable, I quit. And it didn't stop, I just pulled the plug. And if this stings right now, or if you relate to that story, I have probably something to tell you. It's because your version of the story exists too. Maybe not in crypto, maybe not in streaming, but in a business you run away from. For example, the gym routine you quit because you missed 1 week because you were in holidays and yourself couldn't help yourself to not start again over. Or for example, a creative project you started that someone responded not how you like to, and so you look for a new routine, a new goal, a new video, a new this time it's different, I promise. But nothing really changes because you keep treating the symptoms and not the disease. And the disease is simple. You quit when it gets uncomfortable, so you cannot trust yourself again. And that shift that changed me something wasn't dramatic. And here's what I understand so far, that you don't need more goals. You don't need new routines. You just need a period of time where you don't disappear, where you do the things over and over again, even though nobody's watching. So here are the things that worked for me, and not hundreds of motivational quotes. I gave enough of me. I've given myself hundreds of them. Trust me, I've been through all of them. And not another "this is my year." I also had dozens of them. What really helped was a small promise that was way smaller than my ego even wanted. And for me, it's really that simple. I upload once a week on YouTube for 3 years. Regardless of life, of holidays, of problems, I upload once a week. And no, unless I have time, I keep to that schedule. I upload once a week, regardless what's happened. And this sounds easy until life tests you. And life will test you, trust me on that. And you'll be tired, you will feel behind, you will have lack of motivation because some of the videos only got 2 views from yourself and 1 like that was also from yourself. And every part of you wants to take a break, to move away. And you hear this right. This is the pattern that wants to repeat. But if you stick to that routine, if you stick to that promise, the routine breaks. So you need a standard. You need a line you stick to. And not because of inspiration, because of you said that you will do this. And now you have to find out if your words really mean something to you. And self-trust isn't a feeling. It's a track of records you do over and over again. So keep waiting to feel ready, to feel confident or to feel sure. But confidence doesn't come before proof. You build proof, you build self-trust by doing the things that you said that you will do, especially when you don't like to do it. So don't make big promises like I want to hit 100k in the next 3 months. Make a simple promise to yourself, a promise that you can keep up. As something so small. For example, cook something clean every day. Even though you don't have time, just try something simple. And if you have a simple promise, do this over and over again when nobody's watching, when you don't feel like, when you can't even stand up off your bed because you watch so many reels. Regardless of all of that, you just need to do this. You just need to trust yourself and do the things that you said. And if you do that for long enough, something underneath all that changes. And you will still feel the fear and you will still feel the pressure. But underneath that fear, something new is happening. A history, your own history, real evidence that you did what you told yourself. When I say something, I do it. Even though it's ugly, even though nobody's watching. If I say something, I will do it. And that's the whole game. That's how everything works. And I'm not here to give you a step-by-step plan on how to build your self-trust. You already know what you're not doing. And it's the thing you over-explanate to some people. It's the thing you make jokes about. So here is the question that matters for you. So let it actually land on yourself before you scroll away. Can you go 12 months without betraying yourself again? And not by being perfect, by refusing to emotionally destroy your progress you already make. The moment it gets uncomfortable, the moment it gets quiet. So no more dramatic exits, no more I try later. There's just one room, one man and one promise. Especially when it gets hard. So if this hit something into you or it woke up something that you didn't even felt at the beginning of the video, watch this video. And if you want to see my latest upload, it's this one. And as always, thank you for watching and I'm rooting for you.